What's going on, everybody? 797 here, and welcome to another accurate Pokemon tier list. Today, we are bringing you the most accurate water-type Pokemon tier list. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of dreading when this one came up, because if you guys don't know, water is the most common typing in all of Pokemon. Makes sense, you know, if Earth is, what is it, like 70% water, then there's a shit ton of Pokemon that live in the ocean that has so much room for them. But there's a lot. There's a lot. Also, if you hear any meowing in the background, I got a new cat, and she doesn't know how to be quiet yet. So, please bear with me. If you're new to this series, basically what it is, I went back and did a most accurate typing, Pokemon typing tier list a while ago, and we're slowly but surely getting through all of them. And today we have water. Also, if you're new to the tier list series as a whole, the order goes as such. We have goated, stupid good, okay, meh, and trash. And down here on the bottom, we have not water, what the fuck. That's because Arceus and Stovali both are not naturally water types. They are given water type by holding a specific item, and I feel like that they shouldn't be on here, but the person who makes these puts them on here anyway, so I put them there. So if you guys want to check out where I put these, be sure to check out my normal type Pokemon tier list. It's already up on the channel. And without further ado, let's get into this. Starting off with Squirtle, we're going to be rapid firing a lot of these, just because, like, there's so fucking many. So bear with me. So Squirtle, if it was Shades, it'd be stupid good, but it's not. I think Squirtle's okay. I think Squirtle's a good choice. It gets some decently good defensive raising moves. It gets some pretty good stab moves early on. But, you know, I've noticed a lot doing this tier list video. A lot of Pokemon you don't get for that specific Pokemon. You get it for its final evolution. Sometimes you can make do with it, or you can make do with the middle evolution, but you really want the final Evo. Squirtle falls in this category. Wartortle is also okay, but I really like Wartortle. I've always liked the middle evolutions of the three Kanto starters. They're just so different and unique, especially with like Wartortle to Blastoise. It's just so different. I really like it. Blastoise is stupid good. Blastoise is a really good Pokemon. Hits like a fucking truck. Super bulky. Not the fastest, but that's fine. He's a turtle. He's a turtle with cannons on his back. What more could you possibly want from Blastoise? Mega Blastoise is goated. He has a goddamn tank on his back. He took two blasters, put them on each arm, and he gave him a goddamn tank on his back. He's so cool. I wish Pokemon kept going with Megas, but I really like Mega Blastoise. G-Max Blastoise, I'm gonna say it's also goated, but you know, I get it. They're supposed to be huge, so the way I look at G-Max Pokemon is that, like, I mean, if you ever seen Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, you know you have like the Ultimate Aliens, which is like you took the DNA from one of the aliens, put it through a million years of evolution, through the absolute worst conditions you could possibly put it in, and this is what it became. This is kind of like that. It's like you took Blastoise, put him in the absolute worst conditions possible, and this is and over a million years of evolution, this is what it comes out to. So it's still pretty good. I still like the design, just not nearly as much as Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise is kind of like a less is more in this case. Psyduck's kind of meh. Psyduck, though, really good meme. It's not the best water type to scoop up. It's just he's not really there. You can do stuff with him early on, but you know you don't really get Psyduck for a Psyduck. Golduck, I think is cool, but also goes in meh. The reason being, I don't know why they didn't make Golduck Water Psychic. The whole reason Psyduck has headaches is because, you know, he's got psychic powers, but he's not a psychic type, so he doesn't know how to control him. That makes sense. Golduck, still being able to use those psychic powers, isn't a psychic type, but he's just fine. I don't know why they didn't make Golduck a psychic type. I don't know why they didn't change that by now, but for that reason, Golduck isn't meh. Poliwag's also kind of meh. Poliwag doesn't really have a lot going for it other than Defense Curl, if I'm being honest. But Poliwag falls in the category of you don't get Poliwag for Poliwag, you get it for like Poliwrath or Politoed. Poliwhirl is okay. Poliwhirl's okay. I like Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl is a decent Pokemon to get. Bulky, hits pretty hard, gets access to Hypnosis. Good choice. A good choice of a Pokemon. But it's, again, if I see a Poliwhirl, I'm not thinking I'm gonna keep this thing a Poliwhirl forever. I'm gonna evolve it into a Poliwrath or a Politoed. Poliwrath is stupid good. I really like Poliwrath. Poliwrath is such a cool Pokemon. Water fighting, pretty decent typing combination. They don't really complement each other, but you have that, especially nowadays. You have so many access to physical water type moves. Almost every fighting move is physical. It's pretty decently bulky. It hits like a goddamn truck. I really like it. Tentacool is kind of meh. Water poison, pretty decently bulky. It hits pretty okay, but the thing about Tentacool is, it's just a Tentacool. You know what I mean? It's decent early game, but if you're getting a Tentacool, you're not really wanting to keep it a Tentacool. Tentacruel is okay. Tentacruel is a cool Pokemon. Still water poison. It looks gnarly as hell. It's pretty decent, but there's so many more water types, so many better water types that I can't justify putting anything better than okay. Still a good Pokemon, but there's just so much better. Slowpoke is okay. I like Slowpoke. Slowpoke's okay. Bulky, gets access to Yawn, makes it, super annoying. Hits pretty decently. I don't think it's a Psychic type yet. I think it's just pure water has a Slowpoke. But most of the time, like many other Pokemon on this list, you do not keep Slowpoke for Slowpoke, you want to evolve it. Slowbro is actually stupid good. Slowbro is kind of slept on. Slowbro is pretty decent. Slowbro can get it, dude. Slowbro can get shit done. He's super slow, but he hits like a goddamn truck and is stupidly bulky. He's actually pretty good. Mega Slowbro, I'm just gonna put it in okay. Mega Slowbro is okay. He didn't need to exist. Mega Slowbro didn't need to exist. If you're gonna make Mega Slowbro, you should have made Mega Slowking as well. The only thing its version of Mega Slowking would look like is like how Galarian Slowking looks like now, where the shell just completely engulfs him. But he really didn't need to be a thing. Does not need to be a thing. He's just kind of there. Seal is okay. Seal's okay. Seal, pure water, kind of bulky, but again, you don't really get Seal for Seal. You want to get Seal to get a Dugong. Dugong's actually okay. Dugong is actually an okay Pokemon. Pretty bulky, hits kind of hard. Water Ice helps Ice type with that fire weakness being a water type. Doesn't help with fighting. Kind of helps with grass too. Water Ice isn't the worst typing combination, but it's not the best either. There's just so many more. There's so many more water types out there that are better than Dugong that are also water ice that I can't justify putting it in anything higher than okay. Shelter, I don't want to put it in trash, but it doesn't exactly scream meh either. I'm putting it in the back of meh. Shelter's meh. It's not. He's not there, man. He's not there. It's a lot for a lot of the Pokemon, but it's especially true for Shelter. You do not get a Shelter for Shelter. You're getting a Shelter for Cloyster. And Cloyster is okay. I like Cloyster. Cloyster's okay. I like Cloyster as a Pokemon. It's water ice, but it's the same thing as Dugong. He's actually frail. I'm surprised how frail this thing is. He hits hard. He's a glass cannon. He hits super hard. He's super fast, but he's a glass fucking cannon. He falls in the same thing as Dugong, where there are so many better water ice Pokemon in this tier list that I can't justify putting on anything higher than okay. Krabby, I'm gonna be real with you. Krabby's kind of trash. Krabby's kind of trash. He's not there, man. Now, when he becomes a Kingler, he's pretty good. But Krabby himself is not there. You don't get a Krabby for Krabby, you get Krabby for Kingler. Kingler, I really like Kingler. Kingler is... Sorry, my cat's playing with his little toy. Kingler is... I'm gonna put him... I'm put him in okay. Because he's pure water type. He's pretty strong, all things considering. I love his design. But there's so many better pure water types on this list. I can't justify him putting them in stupid good. I just can't. G-Max Kingler, however, is stupid good. I actually really like G-Max Kingler. I think the Bubble Beard is kind of much. I think that's a little much, but everything else is gnarly as hell. He hits hard enough that I can justify putting him in stupid good over regular Kingler. Because, he's a G-Max. Of course he's going to hit fucking hard. As there better G-Maxes, yeah. But he's such a cool G-Max. He's so gnarly looking. I love it. Horsey, it's kind of meh. Horsey's kind of meh. Horsey, not much I can say about it. You don't really get Horsey for Horsey. You're getting a Kingdra. Or if you want to go a step above, or you're getting a Seadra. And if you want to go a step above, you're going to get a Kingdra. Seadra is okay. she's just okay. Originally, the final evolution, super cool looking. Don't get me wrong, Seadra is cool looking as hell. But you can justify getting him with an Eviolite, boosts his defense up a bit. But in my mind, if I have a Seadra, I'm not wanting to use a Seadra, I'm wanting to use a Kingdra. Goldeen, kind of trash, I'm not gonna lie. Goldeen's trash, not gonna lie to you, man. This thing is like, it's better than a Magikarp because it has a wider move pool, but it's just like, it's lackluster, you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth having a Goldeen on your team, in all honesty. Seaking is meh. Seaking's kind of meh, if I'm being completely honest with you. You're getting a better starting evolution with Goldeen over Magikarp, but the final evolution is not worth it. He's bulky, don't get me wrong. He's actually pretty bulky, but I can't justify getting a Seaking over a Gyarados. I just can't. Staryu is actually okay. Staryu's okay. Are there better water types? Yes. He's pure water, unless he's water psychic right out the gate. I think he's pure water until he evolves. Staryu hits pretty hard. He hits pretty hard. For a basic mon, he hits hard. So, again, with Staryu, I like his design more, but I'm not getting a Staryu for Staryu, I'm getting a Staryu for Starmie. Starmie is actually stupid good. Like, low-key, stupid good. Hits like a truck, decently bulky, water psychic. I really like Starmie. I really, really like Starmie. I want to use it more, actually. But Starmie's just a really cool Pokemon. Gets access to Confusion. What's that move? It gets access to Water Pulse. Gets access to Surf. It gets access to Psyshock. Gets access to Psykick. Gets access to Calm Mind. Really good Pokemon. Magikarp. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Magikarp's trash. Everybody knows this. Magikarp is trash. This thing gets 3 moves by level up, is it? Splash for fucking ever, Tackle, and then Flail. Can't learn anything by TMs. Stats are trash. It is a grind and a half to get this thing to evolve. You are in it for the long haul if you're scooping up a Magikarp. So, Magikarp himself is trash, but you're not getting a Magikarp for a Magikarp. You're getting Magikarp for Gyarados, baby. Gyarados is goated. Gyarados is such a cool Pokemon. Gyarados is one of the best water types. Water flying, I know why it's water flying, because it's based off of Japanese lore where a carp is jumping through the waves and he jumps so high he becomes a dragon and he flies. I get that. But if he becomes a dragon, shouldn't be water dragon. I'm a big proponent for water dragon Gyarados. Gyarados is such a cool Pokemon. He hits like a goddamn truck. He's so fucking fast. He gets access to Outrage. He gets access to... I'm pretty sure you can get Dragon Dance on this thing. He gets access to Crunch. He gets access to Waterfall. All these physical, hard-hitting moves. He's a monster, and I love him. Lapras is stupid good. Lapras is one of those water ice types I was thinking of that are better than Dugong and Cloyster. In my mind, if you're in Gen 1 and you need an ice type, and you also need a water type, the go-to is Lapras. Bulky, hits hard, kind of slow, but that's fine. Yeah, Lapras is just a really good Pokemon. That's all I can say. G-Max Lapras, I feel like under principle I have to put it in stupid good, because it is a good Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. It's Lapras on steroids. Really fucking good. Just, it's not quite there. I'm not a big fan of the design, but, it's still a cool Pokemon. I like it. Vaporeon is goated. Goated. Not for the reasons that motherfuckers are gonna think. But I hate that meme. Because my actual favorite evolution is Vaporeon. And it's been Vaporeon before that fucking meme came out. And now when people hear that my favorite evolution is Vaporeon, they think it's because of the fucking meme. And no, it's not. It's just like Vaporeon. It's bulky. It doesn't fucking die. Hits like a goddamn truck. It just... I love Vaporeon. It's been my favorite since I saw it in the anime when I was a kid. And I wish that meme didn't exist. Finally moving, just think, this is all Gen 1, by the way. This is like a standard, tier list from, all my other tier lists. That's all Gen 1. We're just now entering Gen 2. Not as many water types as Gen 1, but Jesus Christ. I'm trying to blow through this. I'm sorry if I'm taking forever, or I'm not going into much detail as Pokemon that you guys want. But I have to do this. Or otherwise, this video is going to be 3 fucking hours long. Next up, we have Totodile. Totodile is... I'm gonna say okay. I actually really like Totodile. Totodile hits pretty hard for what it is, but in my mind, I'm not getting Totodile for Totodile. I'm getting Totodile for Alligator. Croconaw is also okay. Croconaw is actually pretty good on its own. Bulky, hits hard. You put an Evilat on this thing, it's not going down, or you can put an Assault Vest on this thing. But again, with Croconaw, I'm not getting Croconaw for Croconaw. I'm trying to get it for Alligator. Alligator is stupid good. I really like Alligator. Alligator is gnarly looking. Gets access to Waterfall, gets access to Avalanche, gets access to Crunch. Pretty sure this thing can get Cursed, or if it can't get Cursed, it can get Bulk Up. It's a really, really good Pokemon. Even though it's pure water, in my mind, I think this thing probably should have been like Water Dark maybe, or something like that. But it's fun. It's a really good Pokemon, and I like it. Chinchou. Be real, it's kind of meh. Chinchou's kind of meh. Water, electric. Gets Water Absorb, gets Volt Absorb, all that good stuff. Basically, it's meh. Like, everything about Chinchou says it should be a good Pokemon, but its stats. Its stats aren't there, and its moveset isn't the best. Basically, if you get a Chinchou, you're not getting Chinchou for it. You're getting a Chinchou for Lantern. Lantern is another low-key, stupidly good Pokemon. Like, I don't think people giving this thing enough credit. It's water, electric. So ground is it's an electric type with ground as a neutral with it because of water. It gets access to both Water Absorb and Volt Absorb. So you swap this thing out against an electric type that's is going to click electric move. It's just boosting its special attack. Special attack's already sky high. Fucking defenses are pretty good. Its speed is decent at the very least. Its hits like a goddamn truck. I don't think people give Lantern enough credit. I think Lantern should be everyone's like A tier pick. I think Lantern is a pretty good Pokemon. Meryl, Peekaboo is okay. Meryl's okay, solely for the bulk of it. Doesn't really get that good a moveset. Not really that good of an attack stat on either end, physical or special. It's just kind of okay. If you're getting Meryl, you're not getting it for it. You're getting a Meryl for Azumarill. Azumarill, low-key fire. Like, there's a lot of water types that are like, I feel like people don't give enough credit. Azumarill, there's some people who see the potential in Azumarill, and some people who just see it and it's like, why would I pick Azumarill when a Gyarados is right there? Azumarill is now Water Fairy. I don't think especially newer people to the community, I don't think people understand just how bulky Water Fairy is. Water Fairy is the bulkiest typing combination out there. It's nuts. Like, that's why so many people want them to go ahead and make Milotic a Fairy type, because Milotic is already stupidly bulky. They give that thing Fairy type, it's not going to die. This thing has access to Dazzling Gleam, Water Pulse, Hydro Pump. It has access to Aqua Ring. Pretty sure this thing gets Calm Mind, if I could be wrong on that. Gets Bounce. You can run Aqua Jet if you want to run a physical one. It gets Play Rough. This thing's a monster. This thing's a monster that looks like an Easter egg. Paletot, paletot, palet, palet, paletot, 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 palet, palet, paletot, paletot, paletot. I really like Politoed. I love Politoed. I like Politoed better than Poliwrath. I love this little goofball. Look at him. Look at him. He's so fucking goofy looking. He's Water Grass. Not the best type of combination out there, but not the worst either. He gets access to Leaf Blade. Gets access to Water Pulse. I think he gets access to Aqua Jet now. He's a cool Pokemon. I really like him. I wish I can use him more. I haven't been able to use him because we trade him with a King's Rock. Maybe someday. Maybe one day I'll do a Let's Play where I get to use a Politoed. Oh man, I love Politoed. Whooper. Honestly, it's kind of meh. I forget if he's Water Ground out at the bat or if he's just pure water. But either way, his stats just aren't quite there. But again, with a lot of Pokemon on this list, you don't get a Whooper for Whooper. You get it for a Quagsire. Water Ground, Quagsire. Quagsire is okay. I know there's Quagsire is another little hidden gem, but I don't feel like he's on par with the rest of the Pokemon that are hidden gems and stupid good. He's Water Ground. He gets I think he gets Water Absorb. He gets I forget the other ability he gets, but he's decently bulky. There's a poison move. I can't remember what poison move he gets that's actually annoying to deal with on a Quagsire. But it's not like Lantern, where Lantern has all this crazy shit on him, but just there's better water and electric types out there, so people overlook them. I feel like that there's better water ground types out there than Quagsire that justify people kind of glancing over him, but he's still a good choice. I really like Quagsire. Slowking, the better Slowbro, is stupid good. I really like Slowking. I think Slowking doesn't get the love that it deserves. Water Psychic, basically take Slowbro and give. I think Slowbro is more bulky, whereas Slowking is more offensive. He's stupidly. I wish that they gave him a Mega. I wish they did. I know he got a Galarian form, but that doesn't count. I want Mega Slowbro. We should have gotten it. Mega Slowbro has like the tail eating him from the leg up. Mega Slowking should have had the hat eating him from the head down. That would have been cool. Quillfish. I'm gonna be real with you. Quillfish is kind of meh. Water poison. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what Quillfish does, because anytime people bring up water poison, I think Tentacool. I think those are the only water poison I can think of that we have on top of my head. But like, yeah, it's not the best. There's definitely better water type and poison type out there than it, and that's all I can say about it. Corsola, I'll be with you, it's kind of trash. Water, rock, not the best typing combination. Doesn't hit hard. Doesn't really do much. Like, Corsola is, I think, like I call it a stocking stuffer Pokemon, right? They needed like a few Pokemon to like, just fill out the decks. They don't have to be great. They don't have to be crazy. They just gotta, they gotta work. So they make Corsola, a Pokemon that people can like for the aesthetic of it. People can like it because of the lore behind it, where like, it lives on coral and stuff like that, but nothing crazy. That's where I think it lies. Remoraid, is also kind of meh, not gonna lie. Remoraid, it can kind of hold its own, but you don't really get a Remoraid for Remoraid, you get it for an Octillery. Octillery, I'm gonna be real with you, it's kind of stupid good, not gonna lie. Octillery is kind of nutty. Octillery, Signal Beam, Simple Octillery it's kind of nutty. Not gonna lie. Octillery is kind of a low-key god. Mantine is okay. Mantine's okay. Great for raid battles. Don't get me wrong. The raid battles, you get the legendaries and Sword and Shield. Great for that with Wide Guard because it protects its whole team from priority moves. But other than that, not the best. Not the best. Water flying, there's better water flying out there, i.e. Gyarados. So, not my first pick, but not the worst either. Kingdra's stupid good. Like, holy shit, Kingdra's stupid good. Like, Water Dragon, I think this is our first Water Dragon, that's, now that I'm looking at this list, yeah, it's our first Water Dragon that we've got. And, you have to use I think it's a Dragon Scale, Deep Sea Scale, something like that, you have to trade with it. Unfortunately, it's a trade evo, but hits like a fucking truck, man. Gets access to Outrage, gets access to, what is it? The, Draco Meteor. It's kind of nutty, not gonna lie, kind of nutty. Suicune, I like Suicune. Suicune is stupid good. No, you're not going there. Where does Suicune go? Where the fuck did it go? Where the fuck did I put Suicune? There it is. Suicune's stupid good. I really like Suicune. I think there's better water types out there than Suicune. Suicune is still a really cool water type. I really like it. Mudkip. Heard you like Mudkips. Mudkip's okay. Mudkip's okay. Stat-wise, he's pretty decent. He's pure water. Kind of wish he started as water ground, but that's whatever. Even though everybody likes Mudkip. When I get a Mudkip, I don't think about Mudkip, I think about Swampert. Marshtomp is also okay. If Mudkip's definitely water, if this thing's not water ground yet, because I can't remember off the top of my head if he's water ground yet, but he's literally like a step below Swampert, right? Like, he can do kind of the things that Swampert can do. Like, he gets Mud Slap, he gets Mud Shot, he gets Water Gun. I'm pretty sure he gets Water Pulse if you keep him long enough. But you don't get a Marshtomp for a Marshtomp. You get Marshtomp for Swampert. Swampert is goated. Like, hands down. Swampert is goated. Swampert is one of the best water types to ever exist. Water Ground, one of the best typing combinations to exist. This thing takes life. Now, grass types fuck him up. Grass types royally fuck up Swampert. But Swampert is still such a badass Pokemon that he don't give a fuck. He's so cool and I love it. Mega Swampert, just even better. He's Swampert but swole. He is Swampert but swole. Again, Pokemon, quit giving us these whack-ass gimmicks. Give us back Megas. Please and thank you. He's so fucking cool. I love it. Azumaro's kind of trash. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put Corsola in the very bad. Corsola's not complete trash. Azumarill is complete trash though. It's water normal, not even fairy type yet. Gets Splash, gets Tail Whip, and I think it gets Tackle. It don't get shit. It don't get shit. At least, don't get me wrong, it can evolve into the powerhouse that is Azumarill. But Azurill, also, why for the longest time did they make it look sad? I want to know that. For the longest fucking time, they made Azurill look sad as shit. Why the fuck does Azurill look sad for like 10 plus fucking years before they made him smile in Gen 6? Why? I want to know, Pokemon, why? Why do you do him like that? Carvanha Unana. Carvanha is actually an okay mon. A surprisingly okay mon. Water Dark, so fighting types fucking him up, but he gets Rough Skin, so when you fuck him up, you take a shit ton of HP. He's taking you down with him, goddammit. He's kind of speedy, hits kind of hard. But yeah, he's actually a pretty good Pokemon to pick. I really like him. Sharpedo's stupid good. Like, just hands down. Sharpedo is stupid good. Also Water Dark, also has Rough Skin. Fast as shit. Hits like a goddamn truck. He's pretty good pick. I see why Archie likes him so much. He's a pretty good pick. Whalmer. Whalmer is an okay pick. Crazy bulky, doesn't really hit hard. Definitely not the fastest, but because of the bulk, because of the high HP, he can live to do stuff. He gets Aqua Ring, he gets Water Pulse, Hydro Pump, Surf, all that good stuff. Basically, this thing is like any water HM you need to use, you're going to use a Whalmer for. And even though Whalmer is an okay pick, there is an evolution that's even better. I really like Wailord. Wailord is a pretty good Pokemon. I wish his stats were there. He's not even got the highest HP in the game. I think that's still Blissey. But he's the biggest Pokemon in the game. This thing is massive. You'd think he would have the most HP in the game, but he doesn't. He's massive. It's a shame that he doesn't get a good moveset. Everything he can learn that's worth giving him is Stab. But that's the thing. Like, he gets Surf, Waterfall, Dive, he gets Hydro Pump, he gets Water Pump, he gets Aqua Ring. He's a really good water type, but that's about all he's got going for him. Barboach. I'm not gonna lie, Barboach is kind of trash. Not gonna lie. Water Ground. The way I see it, you don't really get Barboach for Barboach. You get Barboach for Whiscash. Whiscash is okay. Whiscash is okay. Again, Water Ground, decently bulky, but there's so many better Water Ground types out there that I can't justify putting them any higher. Corphish. Corphish is kind of meh. Corphish hits decently, okay enough. He's pure water right now. But the way Corphish works, you don't really get a Corphish for Corphish, you get a Corphish for a Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt. Actually pretty good Pokemon. I really like Crawdaunt. Water Dark hits pretty decently hard. I wish he got a Mega. I really wish Crawdaunt got a Mega. I feel like Crawdaunt deserves a Mega, but he didn't get one. Also, if you guys are watching the Ultra Moon Let's Play, RIP, we're never gonna see a fucking Crawdaunt, I guess, in this game. But Crawdaunt's a pretty good Pokemon. I actually really like Crawdaunt. Feebas is trash, but a step above Magikarp, and my reason being is because he gets a better moveset. Literally, Feebas is like Gen 3 Magikarp, but with a better move pool. He can at least learn some shit. And if you're playing in Gen 3 or something that has contests in it, stupid easy to evolve. Otherwise, fuck this thing and its evolution. Milotic is goated. Milotic is such a good Pokemon. I really like it. Milotic is such a good Pokemon. Super bulky. Hits pretty decently hard. I wish they made this thing fairy. Nobody knows why they have not and will not make this thing fairy type. My only theory is that they are afraid of what this thing can do if they give it fairy type. Because right now it's pure water and it's still pretty decently good. Speel. Little Speel. Speel's kind of meh, not gonna lie. Water Ice. Decently bulky, but with Speel, in my opinion, you don't get Speel for Speel, you get Speel for Walrein. Celio is okay. Celio is okay. Again, Water Ice, bulkier than Speel. He hits pretty decently, but again, unless you slap an Eviolite on this thing, I'm not getting a Celio for Celio. Walrein is on this list okay. There's definitely better water types than him, but it's actually a pretty good Pokemon to get. Water Ice, hits like a truck, stupidly bulky, slow as shit though. But that's fine, because they put everything in bulk and his attack, he gets access to Ice Beam, he's access to Surf, Hydro Pump, Water Pulse. He's a pretty good Pokemon to scoop up, not gonna lie. Clamperl is meh. I feel like with Clamperl, the original design was to like make something like Shelter, but then they decided to do a 180. With it, the concept is cool, I like it, but the Pokemon itself, not really much there. Huntail. It hurts me to do this, because I actually really like Huntail. But Huntail is kind of meh. Huntail's stats aren't there. Like, you can make do with a Huntail if you had to, but Huntail is just not there. Like, I like its design. Again, Gen 3 don't mess with designs, but he's just not there. Same thing with Gorbis. I like Huntail more, but Gorbis is the same thing, man. It's just not there. It's not there. I don't know why. I don't know why they made two cool looking water types that just didn't give them the stats that they deserve, but I guess they were stocking stuffers. Relicanth is also okay. Walk Water, not the best typing. Arguably one of the worst typing combinations out there, because you have all the weaknesses of water. Quad weak to grass. Now it's weak to fighting. It's now weak to steel. I think it's actually neutral because I think water resists steel. But still, man, it's cool that they based it off like that fish that people thought went extinct and then they fucking found it and it was alive. It's based off of that, which is pretty cool. But other than that, he's just not there. Love Disc is actually trash. I feel like Love Disc, they should have made Amora the evolution of Love Disc, but they didn't. I feel like Love Disc at least deserves there because it gets a better move pool than any of these Pokemon, but it's just kind of trash. Kyogre, goated. It's Kyogre, man. It's Kyogre, the god of the ocean, the protector of the ocean, wants to spread the seas. What more do you fucking want? I tell you what more you fucking want, an even cooler version of that. Primal Kyogre is awesome. I love the Primals so much. They are such a cool concept, such cool designs. I love them. Oh my lord, it is so cool. Alright, I think we're getting through this pretty decently fast. We are now in Gen 4. Piplup is okay. Piplup's okay. Decent stats, decent learn set. But with Piplup, again, with many Pokemon, it is not, you do not scoop up Piplup for Piplup, you want to get it for Empoleon. Prinplup is better. It's getting there. Still pure water type. This is when you get access to a few steel moves. Like, I think there's Metal Claw, I think is what it gets. It hits way harder than Piplup. Like, the attack between Prinplup and Piplup is astounding. But, again, for me, I'm not getting Prinplup for Prinplup. I'm getting it for Empoleon. Empoleon is a stupidly good Pokemon. I really like Empoleon. Empoleon is one of my favorite it's one of my favorite Gen 4 mons. Empoleon hits like a damn truck, super speedy, decently bulky. It's water steel, which I don't think we have another water steel. Also, we don't have another steel starter, I don't think. So it's actually a pretty unique Pokemon overall. I really like Empoleon. Weasel? Weasel is okay. Weasel's an okay Pokemon. I like Weasel. But Weasel, even though he has decent stats, I'm not getting Weasel for Breezel. I'm getting Weasel Floatzel. Floatzel is way better than Weasel. But, there's better pure water types out there. So I'm just going to stick him in okay. He's a pretty good water type, but there's also way better than him. Shellos, I don't think there's any difference between East and West other than design. So wherever I put Shellos is where they're both gonna go. I like the water type. I like the blue one more. Shellos, because pure water is kind of meh, not gonna lie. Shellos doesn't have the best learn set overall. But, again, you don't get Shellos for Shellos. You get Shellos for Gastrodon. And Gastrodon is fucking fire, dude. Gastrodon is some heat. Well, again, water ground, best typing in the game. Or best typing combination in the game. I really like it. There are definitely better water ground types out there with Swampert. But still, pretty good choice to get overall. I really like it. Finneon, I'm be real with you, I think it's kind of trash. Finneon's kind of trash. there's not much to say about it. If you're getting a Finneon, you're not getting a Finneon, you're getting it for Lumineon. Lumineon is kind of meh. I like Lumineon's design. I think his design is pretty cool. But it's just, there's not much going on for it. Like, it doesn't, like, there's nothing extraordinary about a Lumineon. You're not getting, there's so much more so many more water types in Lumineon that are even pure water types in Lumineon that are worth scooping up than it. Mantike, I'll be real with you, it's kind of trash. I don't know why they made this thing. I don't know why they made this thing a thing. It doesn't need to exist. They could just kept Mantine, but they made Mantike a little tyke. But it is what it is. Palkia, goated. Palkia's good. What do you want me to say? You want me to lie to you? Want me to say that the dragon that controls all of time is bad? No, fuck you. Also, this is the second water dragon I'm now noticing, because our first one was Kingdra back in Gen 2, and now in Gen 4 we have Palkia. I really like Palkia. Palkia's cool. Fiona, if you guys know, if you guys have seen my original Soul Silver Let's Play with my buddy Jesse, you'll know why Fiona is encoded at the very top. If you don't know, go watch it. It's an old series. We never got to finish it, but just watch it and you'll know. Manaphy, I think it's stupid good, but it's in the back of stupid good. It's the only legendary that you can breed, so it's got that going for it. It's a mystical Pokemon, so it's all 100s across the board. You can make it physical, you can make it special. But basically, imagine like a water Mew, but you can only use water type moves. That's essentially what Manaphy is. Getting into Gen 5, we are almost through them. It's taken us 40 minutes, but we're almost through it. Oshawott, I'm gonna be rude with you. I think Oshawott's kind of garbage. I'm gonna be rude with you. Oshawott's kind of trash. If I'm getting an Oshawott for I'm not getting an Oshawott for it. I'm getting an Oshawott for Samurott. Dewott is better. I really like Dewott. Dewott's actually pretty cool. But again, I'm not getting a Dewott for Dewott. I'm getting it for Samurott. Samurott, I hate to say it, but it's okay. Samurott is just okay. Mainly because like they didn't give him water fighting. They should have given this thing water fighting. There's a lot of water types out here that pure water types, I think he's one of the best. But for like water types in general, there's so many more that are better picks than him that I just can't justify keep putting him anything higher than okay. Pampor, kind of garbage. Kind of garbage. The monkeys, man, they're not up to snuff. But like with Panpour, I'm not getting a Panpour for Panpour. I'm getting a Panpour for Semipour. Semipour is better, at least. You know, it's still pure water. It's better moves, it's better stats. But again, there's so many more better water types out there than Semipour that I can't justify putting it any higher than that. Timepool, little water boy. Is meh. It's in the bottom of meh. Timepool, again, not much to write home about it. You're not getting a Timepool for Timepool. You're getting it for Semitoad. Palpitoad is still meh. I think we're at the water ground territory at this point. But it's bulkier. It gets better moves. But again, you're not getting Poipole for Poipole. You're getting a Poipole for Seismitoad. Seismitoad kind of heat. Not gonna lie, I really like Seismitoad. Water ground, again, one of the best type of combinations in the game, but it just doesn't. I wish it hit harder. That's the thing. I wish this thing hit harder. It's cool design. I love its design. Its design is bomb as shit. I just wish that it hit a little bit harder. If it hit a little bit harder, it'd have been like higher and super good, if not goated. But I really like it. Basculin. I don't think there's any difference between the two. Basculin's trash, not gonna lie. Not including Basculegion in this, because Basculegion is Arceus exclusive. But Basculin itself is trash. Not gonna lie to you, Chief. Tortuga is also kind of meh. Water, Rock, same thing as Relicanth, the Foster Pokemon in Gen 5. I think I was gonna say I think this is our first water fossil, but it's not, because we have Omnite, but for some reason Omnite wasn't on this list. But with Tortuga, again, you're not really getting Tortuga for Tortuga, you're getting it for Caracosta. Caracosta is an actually pretty awesome Pokemon. I really like Caracosta. Despite it being water rock, I think it's pretty decent. It hits pretty hard, it's slow, it's bulky, but it doesn't really matter because of the rock typing. But no, I think it's slept on. I think this thing is better than what people give it credit for. Jellicent, again, male and female equivalent. I don't think there's a difference. So I'm just gonna put him here. Jellicent is kind of meh. Water Ghost right out the bat, if I'm not mistaken. You know, don't get me wrong, they have like all the benefits of being a ghost type. Ghost type has some pretty nutty moves, but it's just its stats aren't quite there. You don't really get the stats until you get to the evolution line. Jellicent, I think are still kind of meh, but they're higher up. I like the male version better. Mr. Pwingle. Pretty bulky, you know, Water Ghost, they get Shadow Ball, they get Water Pulse, they get Hydro Pump, they get Curse, all this good stuff that you get from being a Ghost Water. But even though I think they're the only Ghost Water types, there's so many better Water types in general, and so many better Ghost types, that it's better to have a Water type and a Ghost type that are separate Pokemon than one of these things. Amora! Again, kind of meh. This thing should have been the evolution of Love Disc, but it wasn't. Nobody really talks about this thing. Pure Water. That's about all I got for it, really. Nobody talks about this thing. Nobody ever really uses this thing. It's a Water type. If you need one, it exists. Keldeo. I don't really care for Keldeo, but it is a mythic, so I do have to put it there. It and the bad dragon horn one can both go in stupid good because they're mythicals and, you know, they're both 100 across the board, but they're in the very back of stupid good. I have to give them credit where credit's due. Gen 6, we are almost done. I thought this video was going to be a lot longer, but it has. I'm so glad that we're probably going to keep it around the hour mark. Froakie. Froakie, I think, is kind of meh. You know, pure water, its stats aren't quite there. I'm not getting a Froakie for Froakie, I'm getting a Froakie for Greninja, goddammit. Frogadier is also meh, but in the very front of meh. Actually, no, Frogadier is okay. I'll give him that. Frogadier is okay. Still pure water. Its stats are better. It gets better moves. It's kind of worth keeping, but you don't want a Frogadier forever. You want Greninja. Greninja is stupid good. Like, not even stupid good. He's goated. He is insane. He's insane. Can I please? There we go. He is insane. Gets access to, I think the ability is called Protean, where like when he uses a move, his typing changes into that move. Like if he can teach him Grass Knot. So if you're fighting an Electric type, you're not Grass type. Fuck you. Your Thunderbolt ain't doing shit to me now. He gets like his move Water Shuriken, which is kind of meh in my opinion. It's like Fury's. It's like a Water type Fury swipes in my honest opinion. But he gets access to like Dark Pulse and Shadow Claw and all that shit. He's insane. He's really good. Pinnacle, maybe we choose trash. Water Rock, not the best. Not the best. Even his evolution isn't great, but if you get a Pinnacle, you're not getting Pinnacle for Pinnacle, and you're getting it for Barbaracle. Barbaracle, it's not trash. I have to at least give him some credit. Water Rock, he hits decent, but I mean, one of the worst typing any typing combination involving rock is probably going to be bad, unless they just have some crazy learn set that, you know, makes them worth it. But it is what it is. They hit pretty hard, but that's pretty much what they got going for them. It's this weird hand. Barnacle, I don't like it. Clauncher is kind of meh. Clauncher's kind of meh. Not the worst Pokemon to scoop up, but I'm not getting Clauncher for Clauncher. I'm getting it for Clawitzer. Clawitzer, low-key, is stupid good. Low-key, stupid good. I really like Clawitzer. I think it's a really cool design Pokemon. I like the whole thing where like it shoots like beams and shit out of its claw that looks like a dragon head. It's super cool. I like it. Volcanion, you want to talk about missed potential? Volcanion is stupid good. Water Fire, the only Water Fire we still have to this date. It hits pretty decently, but gets a pretty decent learn set. I just wish that they missed. Man, Gen 6 had so much missed potential. They had so much shit that they could have done, but they just never did it. And it baffles my mind of why they didn't do it. Poplio, man, well, Gen 6 did not have water types for shit, did it? Poplio, oh, nope, you're still here. Popplio's kind of meh, I think. Even though I do really like Popplio, they were my starter both times, both Moon and Ultra Moon. I just feel like it doesn't fit the snuff with a bunch of water types on here, but you're not getting Popplio for Popplio. You're getting Popplio for Primarina. Brionne is also meh. Brionne is also meh. Better than Popplio. A drastic design change. You go from being like a little clown thing to like also a clown, but like in a tutu now. Still got a decent moveset. It's decently bulky now, but I'm not keeping a Brionne for Brionne. I'm keeping Brionne for Primarina. Primarina is actually pretty good. Primarina is actually pretty good. Water Fairy, stupidly bulky. Operetta, the Z move, pretty nuts. It's a shame that nobody could see it on YouTube without getting copyright striked. So that's a thing. But yeah, Primarina is pretty good. I really like it. It was my starter. I can vouch. It's pretty decent. Wishy-washy. This form is mad. This form doesn't do shit. This form is super weak, and that's the whole point of it, right? That's the whole point of Wishy-washy, is that this form is weak. And this form is a fucking monster. I remember seeing this thing, and I'm showing size comparisons to Gyarados, and thought, oh my god, this thing's a monster. I really like this form of Wishy-washy. This form of Wishy-washy, super cool. I'm glad that they made this one the totem. It's actually a pretty neat, pure water type. Not the best typing for you to have, but you have the stats to back you up. I like it. Marini is kind of meh. Not gonna lie to you. Marini's kind of meh. Water Poison. It's just a weaker Toxapex without the good shit. The ability Poison Point's still there, but you're not getting a Toxapex for Toxapex, or you're not getting a Marini for Marini. You wanted it for Toxapex. Toxapex is insane. Toxapex is crazy. Like, there's no reason for Toxapex to be as good as it is. It's Water Poison. It gets Baneful Bunker, which if you're hit with a physical move, you're now poisoned. It gets Spikes. It gets Toxic Spikes. It gets Poison Point, where if you hit with a physical move, you already have risk of getting poisoned. So, if you use it and Baneful Bunker, you're guaranteed to get poisoned at some point. It's a really good setup mod. It gets Liquidation. It's insane. Pyukumuku is kind of trash, not gonna lie. The only thing that's makes it in the leaderboard gets in or it's out, which if it faints, it takes a chunk of your opponent's HP. That's about it. That's the only thing this thing gets. It's nasty. Bruxish, Water Psychic, I think is meh, but like right above Horsey, because it basically, I forget what the move's called, but it basically gave it Psychic Crunch, which is pretty nutty. I think it's the only Pokemon that can get that move too. It's got Psychic Crunch. It gets all the biting moves. This thing's like, it's a pretty fish with sharp ass teeth. But like, that's pretty much all it's got going for it. Like, it falls in this group with stuff like, Olomola, Love Disc, like Relicanth, like stocking stuffer water types. I think it's the best of the stocking stuffer water types. Tapu Fini, I actually really like. I really like Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is actually stupid good. Tapu Fini's stupid good. Water Fairy, all the Tapus are Fairy. Basically imagine like the Tapus are weird. It's a special one. There's 4 Tapus. There's 2 special, 2 physical. Bulu and Coco are physical. Fini and Lele are special. Basically, this thing is it's a water type Tapu. You know what I mean? It's arguably the worst of them, but I really like it. I really like Tapu Fini. Gen 8, we're almost there. Froakie, my starter, unfortunately, is meh. Froakie's kind of meh. It doesn't really get there. You don't get Froakie for Froakie. That's what I'm gonna say. Also, I just noticed. I got this thing Froakie. It's Sobble. His motherfucker's name is Sobble. He thought I don't play a lot of Gen 8. Drizzle is just slightly better than Sobble. Sobble was like the crybaby child, and then he became the emo child. And they're my starters. They're the ones I picked, but you don't get Drizzle for Drizzle. You get Drizzle for Inteleon. And Inteleon, I think, is possibly the worst of the water starters. I wish I didn't have to say that. Inteleon, I think it's cool. He's, you know, he's a super spy, sniper. You know, he gets access to both Aqua Jet, and I think it's Quick Shot, where, you know, it's basically just a stronger Aqua Jet. He's really cool looking. I really like his design, but just his stats are so much lower than just about any other water type. He doesn't do much either. So he's probably the worst of the water starters. G-Max Inteleon, I have mixed feelings about. The tower thing is cool, but I feel like I have to put him in stupid good on principle, just because, you know, it's a G-Max. His stats are really nice. But I don't know how to feel about it's just his tail. You know what I mean? Like with G-Max Rillaboom, you know, it's this drum set and it's like giant trees, shit taking over everything. You know, it's super cool. With G-Max Cinderace, you know, he summoned a giant ball of fire. He just looks like, you know, he knows he's better than you. And with G-Max Inteleon, man, his tail becomes a giant sniper tower, which makes sense. He's a sniper. He's on top of a tower. But I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that. I was disappointed with that. Choodle, I feel is just kind of meh. Water Rock doesn't really have the best reputation, but Choodle's one of those Pokemon you don't get Choodle for Choodle, you get it for its evolution. Dreadnought is okay. Dreadnought's okay. Hits pretty hard, super slow, not really all that bulky. Water Rock, again, Water Rock doesn't have the best reputation, but he hits hard. Them jaws, they will take off a finger, by God. G-Max Dreadnought, I think is, he kind of looks like G-Max Blastoise a little bit. I'm gonna put him in stupid good, because, you know, he's a G-Max. They're gonna hit way harder, but like that's pretty much what you got going for him. His stats are insanely high. He hits way harder. That's pretty much all he's got going for him. Arrokuda, I feel like it's just meh. Arrokuda is just meh. I mean, you don't really get Arrokuda for Arrokuda. You get it for Barraskewda. Barraskewda is at least cooler, in my opinion. And no, it's pure water type, but at least he's cooler, man. At least he looks gnarly as shit. You know, I feel like this is a stocking stuffer Pokemon for sure, but at least he looks cool. Dracovish, I actually really like. I actually really like Dracovish. He seems to be in constant pain, but I actually really like him. I actually really like this fossil. I wish I used him in my initial Let's Play. I feel like I would have played. I feel like if I had used this thing in my initial Let's Play of Sword and Shield, I would have used Sword and Shield a lot more. I want to fossil hunt this thing. That's a fossil hunting thing I want to do one of these days. But, and you know, until then, we just got Dracovish. He's just okay. You know, Water Rock, or is he Water Rock? No, I think he's Water Electric. But you know, he's just kind of here. I really like him. He's cool. And then finally, Arctovish. Arctovish is almost there. Like, he's meh, but he's Water Ice. The design was so close. It was so close to being a good design, but they botched it in the last second by making its head upside down. I don't like that. If you're gonna have a corrected version and a messed up version of these Pokemon, don't fuck up the corrected version. I don't like that. Make his head right side up. Make him look like what he's actually supposed to look like. I refuse to believe that this Pokemon's head was upside down. I refuse to believe that. I'm not believing that. Fuck you, Game Freak. That being said, this is our entire water type Pokemon list. I am surprised I got through it as fast as I did. Granted, there's some Pokemon I could have, you know, touched more on, of like why I like these Pokemon and why I want to put them where I put them. But no, I'm not doing that. I knew this video was going to be insanely long. It's going to be insanely long to edit, and I want to get this video up on time. So I kind of did a speed run through it. Maybe one day I'll do a live stream. I go into these Pokemon in depth. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys want to see all my non-Pokemon related content, be sure to check out my second channel, Notification. If you want to see me stream both Pokemon and non-Pokemon related content, be sure to check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Supernova796. If you miss any of my live streams or just want some background music, be sure to check out my VOD channel. It's put up VODs. Basically, anything that I live stream on Twitch gets plucked from there and put to the VOD channel, because unless you're partnered, Twitch does not like saving your VODs. If you want to see me just post random bullshit, be sure to check out my TikTok, SuperNuff796 on TikTok. If you want to join my Discord, be sure to check out my Discord. We post memes, talk about future directs, all this other stuff. It's a good time. And finally, if you want to see my garbage opinions, be sure to check out my Twitter. Everything that I just mentioned will be linked in the description down below. But that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Comment below if you think the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Shout channel helps me as a whole. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.
Tight bars, little man.